Hey, it's Lady Flava coming to you live from my home in Vegas. I've been thinking about a subject that I wanted to talk about, and that's communication, effective communication. And I noticed that there's a lot of breakdown in communication, sometimes with myself and friends and colleagues to, people in my world, talking about having communication issues with, people in business or personal relationships. And I want to, kind of bring to the forefront some of the problems when it comes to communication. First of all, sometimes there's lack of communication with technology the way that it is nowadays and communicating over cell phones. People get connected, say they want to be connected, yet when you call, they don't respond to your phone calls or voicemail messages, or if you text, they don't respond to your text. Or there's miscommunication when it comes to how one interprets the text. I think that life gets in the way. We live too fast. We don't stop and become present in the moment when someone is trying to connect and communicate. I think that, many of us are distracted when we're encountering somebody else, and so we're not fully present to even really pay attention to what's being said. When somebody feels like they're not being heard, tones could change, and, you get frustrated in not being heard. I think sometimes when somebody is frustrated, their choice of words may not be appropriate, their tone may not be appropriate, and generally around frustration, that's when breakdown in communication and the effective communication doesn't even exist. And so, I think about this with my own self, how effective am I in communicating? How effective am I in listening? I tend to want to ask questions when I don't understand something. I don't like assuming, and I find that a lot of people, of course, claim they don't like assuming, but they don't want to answer questions. I've reached out to people at points when I don't understand something and ask them point blank, and sometimes, I get a favorable response, and other times I've gotten a really, really bad negative response to me just wanting to clarify something. And so, let's think about it. How effective are we in communicating? Are we good listeners? Are we a good responder? And, how important is communication to us, especially with certain people? So think about that in your world, and, let's become better communicators. Even if we need to be honest, and it may make a situation uncomfortable, I'd rather somebody be honest with me than to not understand, So think about communication in your world, whether it's personal or professional. Thanks for listening. Lady Flava signing out in Vegas.